In this video, I'm going to do what a lot of people do not do on YouTube, which is talk about one of my biggest failures. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. You're not subscribed to Harbor yet. What are you doing? HarborSEO.ai. Try today. Now, you may or may not know that we recently set up a few niche dropshipping stores that were supposed to use organic SEO to grow the website. One of them, Suppliesforhunting, which you can see the search console for right here, originally had very, very good success. And I haven't really seen this before. So this was very, very interesting to me. This wasn't an algorithm update. This is what I am going to call a problem with frequency, a problem with scale, just basically posting way too much content. So just for some context, when I say content, I just mean pages. So if we just go on the sitemap here, you'll see that there are 3 product sitemaps and there are 3 collection sitemaps, which in total is about 12,000 pages. Now, this was all released at the same time. And another thing as well is that there was no blog content to back it up. There was nothing to say that this is actually not bullshit, that this is actually, a good authoritative website. It was pure commerce and nothing else. Now, at first, we actually saw a really, really good boost in traffic, and we thought this was going to absolutely smash. Actually, I personally thought this was just going to go absolutely crazy. But you can see around 1.5 thousand index pages, something happened, which is they started to get de-indexed. Now, this is so interesting to me because for me, this is a content quality issue and nothing else. Now, they talk a lot about creating helpful, reliable, people-first content. Now, I feel like this is where we slipped up, okay? It was the mass-produced. Is the content mass-produced? I know this is talking about content, but it's talking about pages at the end of the day. That's what this actually means. So any page that you put on your website, so you can see, so that individual pages or sites don't get much attention or care. Pages. It's talking about pages. It's not just talking about blog posts. It's talking about everything. So this is where we slipped up with this particular one. There was so much content that was semi-gibberish, to be honest with you. You can see there's quite a lot of content on these product pages at the bottom. I didn't even realize this, but we've got completely incorrect everything at the bottom. So that was another mistake that we made. I think we completely forgot about that. Actually, that's super interesting. I think we didn't even do, that's okay, we did do a terms of service, but we didn't mention ourselves in it. So yeah, this is another thing. Yeah, look, you can see this is a template there. So I'm going to show you a comparison website, okay? But I just want you to remember, this one here has about 12,000 pages on it that were all added at the same time. And also another thing which I just showed you is we didn't take enough care with our footer, with kind of the important things of the website. It says here HDMI adapter, this is a hunting store. It just doesn't make sense. These are the kind of things that Google will pick up on very, very quickly if your store just doesn't make any sense, because they're crawling all of your pages. And if you have enough pages that don't make sense, then this is kind of where the problem arises. So let's go on Supplies for Blacksmiths. This is following a much more traditional route. This is what we're used to. 11,000 index pages already. I mean, it is fluctuating a little bit, but I mean, that's a lot of index pages, 11,000. A lot of that is foreign language, just so that you know. If we go on performance, you can see it's having a much slower time of it. These 2 stores were released within 2 weeks of each other. Supplies for Blacksmiths was first, and then Supplies for Hunting. Now, we haven't really started doing any blogging or anything with Supplies for Blacksmiths, but it's still really interesting to see that Supplies for Blacksmiths was set up in a much more careful way. To be honest with you, me and Rowan, we were it was like maybe 3 a.m. and we decided to release Supplies for Hunting. We didn't really think about it, but I was the one that released Supplies for Blacksmiths. I took a lot more care and attention over it. I added all of these things to the footer. I made sure that the privacy policy actually mentions the store that we are and not just the site or whatever, which is another thing. I added important collections to the header. And just to be honest with you, Supplies for Blacksmiths, it's a much higher quality website in terms of the care and attention given to every page. Now, you can also see another point, which is that there are a lot less products, a lot less collections, and, well, not much more blogs because there's only 2 blogs, but you can see there's only 1 product sitemap and only 1 collection sitemap. But then what I also did was I translated it into Spanish, Portuguese, French, German, and Italian as well. So this is the kind of website that is still in the game, okay? So for me, this one is going to grow pretty steadily at first, but then eventually it will start to grow a lot faster, especially if we keep blogging. But it's really cool just to see that this website is working. But for sure, if you can take anything away from this video, it's the product velocity or page velocity is probably one of the most important things in SEO right now. How many pages you can post without this happening to your website is extremely important. But also that the setup, the fundamental basis of a website needs to be proper, it needs to be legal, it needs to not be filler placeholder content, exactly like you can see on Supplies for Blacksmiths, which we set up in a much more careful way. The problem with velocity is that it's really hard to give an actual number, but what I would say is reasonable velocity will never be punished, whereas unreasonable velocity and unreasonable spamming will almost always be punished. And to be honest with you, Supplies for Hunting was a bit spammy. Like, it wasn't set up properly. It didn't have all the terms and conditions set up properly. It had all of the collection titles had spammy words like cheap and affordable in them. Just went a bit crazy with it. And to be honest, I think Supplies for Blacksmiths is a much better model for launching an e-commerce store. That's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching all the way to the end, you're an absolute legend. And I'll see you soon with some more content. Peace out.